welcome back to another episode of Why I Hate This Movie. I'm your host, Derek Rios, and with always my co-host and heterosexual life mate, Danny Newton. How you doing, Dan?
Pretty good, Derek. How are you?
I'm fine. So, today we're going to be talking about Fast X.
Yeah, I feel like we're overdressed for this. I think you have two extra sleeves that you do not need.
Oh, yeah.
You should definitely go ahead and cut those off.
All right. Will do. Noted.
There's a lot of sleeveless shirt in this.
I mean, when you look that good, you got to cut your sleeves off.
Right. This movie was almost a movie.
Before we get into spoilers,
Yes.
I'll just give a brief synopsis that I enjoyed the movie.
Yes.
Go watch it. I think it's probably one of the more realistic Fast and Furious movies we've had so far since 5.
Yes.
That wasn't completely insanely off the wall.
This movie was very grounded.
Yeah. But past this, we're going to have spoilers. So
yeah.
if you don't, like, you plan on watching it and don't want to get it ruined, go watch it and then come back.
Yeah.
All right. Spoiler time.
Yeah. How'd you feel about The Rock being in this?
What?
What?
Fuck. That's the end. That's the end. Okay, so The Rock is in this movie. At the very first thing we do is we go back in time 10 years, which I think it's more like 20 because his son's like 12 or 9 or 10.
Yeah.
His son feels like he's around 10 years old.
Yeah.
Which means the actions from that happened in Cuba, or not Cuba, in Brazil, them stealing the vault.
Yeah, Fast 5.
Yeah, Fast 5. That means that all of Fast 5 up to Fast 9
Yes.
happened within the span of a few months. Well,
Yeah.
like everything past Fast 5. From when Han dies in Tokyo Drift, and then we get Fast 6. So everything for Fast 6 and Fast 9 happened in a few months.
Yes.
The time difference between 9 and 10, where his son is now, he was a baby in 9, and the son is now 9 years or 10 years old. That means the only way that it could have a 10-year difference is that Fast 5 happened within months of Fast 9.
This movie, like, half of it was original, but then it felt like the other half of it felt like a clip show.
So I'll just tell you, all the comedy relief moments just felt really out of place, and like it wasn't a part of the movie or necessary for the movie.
Yeah, it felt like padding.
Everything with Roman and their crew that went to Rome,
Yeah.
and them like trying to evade stuff, all their stuff felt completely pointless.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's throw in some celebrity cameos. That way it's entertaining and people will be like, oh, hey, I know that guy.
Oh, man. They pay like 50 A-plus celebrities to be in this thing.
It's a long list.
Like, it's so many people. What, Helen Mirren come back as Shaw's mom?
For one scene, and then just to disappear.
I mean, Shaw was basically only in one scene as well.
Yep. Well, he has 2 scenes.
Kinda. It was basically just his warehouse scene. That's it.
No, they had the scene where he was protecting his mother, right? No. They had the scene where all the agents come in and raid their warehouse. Yes.
And then it's him packing up all his guns. And it's like, you take what you need, but I'm going to need receipts for this.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Clint Eastwood's son
boy
is which he comes back. He was Mr. Nobody's right hand man.
Little Nobody.
Little Nobody. Yep. And then we also brought in Mr. Nobody's daughter, supposedly.
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Who's Brie Larson, which she's still a robot.
Yeah.
So that's just her acting stuff.
She's a Terminator.
She is a Terminator. She has no emotion, and the movie could have been exactly the same without her.
Let's see. What's her name? Charlize Theron?
Yeah. Yep.
She come back.
Yeah, Charlize Theron, of course, comes back, which her whole arc was interesting because the thing that Fast and Furious does is they bring in these villains like Statham and Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
And then, they all, and what was the one for the last movie?
Yeah, John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah.
But they all turn them like, oh, these people, all they're villains. We got to hate them. But then there's like, oh, they did it for a reason.
Yeah.
We can bring them back. let's give them some redeeming qualities and like we'll bring them. They're in the family now, okay? Yeah. We don't care which part of the family members they murdered before. It's okay. We'll forgive them for that.
Right. We brought. Let's see. I mean, we brought John Cena back.
Yes, of course.
Which John Cena is playing a completely different character in this movie than last movie.
For sure.
He's in the last movie he was like a menacing villain, super serious.
Well,
in this movie he's just goofy ass peacemaker.
He is the normal typical John Cena we get in movies, which is like a goofy, lighthearted, funny comedian role, which I like this John Cena more.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, this is typically more John Cena's role.
Yes.
And he fits it naturally.
There's all kinds of like B-list characters that they bring back. I don't know them all. There was like all the people down in Brazil that I did not know.
They showed the one guy in Brazil that I think you see once in the 5th movie when they go to a street race, but it's a lot of shit where it's just like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
I can't remember this guy. So Jack Reacher, the new Reacher, Alan Ritchson, which also plays one of my favorite characters from Blue Mountain State, is Thad Castle.
Yeah.
And he'll always be Thad Castle to me, which I really like this actor. He does amazing in Reacher, and he also was probably the best part of Titans. He played Hawk, Hawk and Dove.
Yeah.
And that love interest and love story they had was really great in that. And yeah, I like this character in this. He plays bad, hunt him down, secret spy agent pretty well.
Yes. Let's see. Who else did they bring back for this?
They slotted in Pete Davidson. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, they slotted in Pete Davidson in a cameo role. They brought back Giselle.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Randomly.
Yeah, for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah, and of course at the very end you find out actually Dwayne Johnson's back for the next movie.
Let's see. And Paul Walker's back.
Oh yeah, Paul Walker. They dug him out of the grave. Paul Walker never left it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
He's just always there. But at this point, he kind of seems like his character is just a dick.
Yeah.
Because he never comes and helps him because he's raising his kid, even though Dom's doing it while also saving the world.
Yeah, he's always snubbing the crew.
Yep.
He never comes to any of the family barbecues or anything like that. He's like, fuck y'all.
Actually, no. He shows up, but it's like it just shows the back of a head. So
he wasn't at this family barbecue.
He wasn't this one because, it shows everyone. Even though the sister was there, his wife, and they don't even show the kid. Which
Jordan Brewster.
Jordan Brewster
is Mia, right?
Yeah, which I think their kid would be like 20 or some shit by now. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it starts off 10 years ago, and they bring in Aquaman.
Cardi B started the fucking race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cardi B did start the race.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cardi B started the race in Brazil.
Because she's Brazilian. So
this cast is 9 miles long. This movie cost $400 million.
Yeah, I understand why.
And everybody got paid.
The action scenes look fantastic.
They really do.
It's great, entertaining. Some of it completely unrealistic and off the wall. But you know what? There's a lot. You're right. It did feel more grounded and plausible than a lot of the other movies.
So in my soul, I was searching whether or not I felt, because I asked you, and I was like, hey, is this movie just Captain America Civil War? And you're just like, no, I don't think it is. And I think you're right. I don't think it is.
I think this movie is The Dark Knight.
I think it's The Dark Knight. I also think it's Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it has that vibe, right?
Yeah.
Where the ending is a big cliffhanger and everyone's in a shitty position.
Yes.
All the heroes are dying.
All the heroes lost.
But because this is the only one that's supposed to be a 2-parter.
This is supposed to be a 3-parter.
Maybe. So Vin Diesel is talking about making it the last. It's supposed to be 2 episodes, and now he's talking about doing 1 more.
Yes.
So it'll be a trilogy. So we'll get 2 more movies after this. But we'll see. I don't know how he's going to squeeze another movie out of Momoa. But Jason Momoa's character was straight up just the Joker.
Yeah.
Just a really flamboyant, awkward Joker.
Well, I guess it's more like we're going to have to see what the total box office does. Mm-hmm. Because it's not just, hey, can we squeeze, another movie out of this?
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, can we squeeze another $400 million out of this?
Yeah, if this doesn't break $1 billion,
it's not going to make its money back.
But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't break $1 billion, I doubt they make 2 more movies.
No, there's no way. They can't afford to.
Which all the movies pretty much so far, I think, break $1 billion. Like if you look at the top grossing movie list in the world, like the top 100, Fast 5 through 9 are all in the fucking top 100.
So in this movie, we're basically on the ground for the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're not doing any stupid shit like shooting off in outer space.
Well, we
do pancake a car out of an airplane.
Yeah.
Right?
There was a lot of like physically, mathematically impossible scenarios where it's like he had to be a genius to actually get some of these calculations where it would hit correctly. But
there's only 2 things. Well, I guess 3 things that happen in this movie that is just impossible. In the first set piece, when they're running through Rome, and he does the calculation in his head to fucking hit that crane and knock that ball into the river.
Yep.
That's impossible.
Yeah, he drives off a bridge, hits a crane.
Yes.
And the other end wraps around and hits a ball and knocks it into the river.
Yeah, like he's playing putt-putt golf with it.
Yeah, it's like a 1 in a million.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 1 in a millions.
When he pancakes his car out of the plane and starts taking on all the bad guy cars, that's impossible.
Yeah.
And then the third thing is when he ramps his car at the very end of it off the dam. That's impossible to live through as well. So
it was a more slanted dam.
Yes.
I mean, albeit you'd probably just flip end over end. But if it was slanted enough, I think you'd be fine.
No, you're still basically going straight down. You're not going to live through it. I'm not saying the car can't ramp off this dam and go down it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be alive at the other end of it.
To hit water.
Who cares? You're going terminal velocity. You might as well be hitting concrete.
I think you have a decent chance because you're going to skip and stuff. You'll be fine.
Nah. But other than that, those are the 3 just physics breaking things, right? There's all kinds of stupid stuff in this. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But these are the 3 things that are just like, oh, these are the silly, ridiculous things. And none of it is, I'm shooting a Pontiac Fiero into space.
Hey, that was the most believable part of 9, okay? That could totally work.
Oh, me.
Just the start of the movie, the whole plot is you go back 10 years ago.
Yes.
Jason Momoa is actually the son of
Brazilian bad guy.
The Brazilian bad guy from movie 5.
Yes.
That they murder.
That The Rock murders.
So, yeah. The Rock shoots in the head.
Well, the whole time I was watching this, Jason Momoa is trying to kill Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Because Vin Diesel was there when his dad died. But I was thinking about it, it's like, wait, they don't show us in the flashback.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, didn't The Rock just put that guy's brains on the ground? Just casually nonchalant?
Yeah, they didn't. They left that part out. But so The Rock is in this movie up to like the sneak preview at the end.
Yes.
He is in one scene where they're robbing the bank. They show him, which I was surprised. And I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance The Rock's coming back because they actually showed him. Because if there wasn't, they'd probably completely cut him out.
I don't think they would. Because they own that.
Yeah, but I don't think Vin Diesel's ego would let them put that in there.
I mean, maybe. Which I've heard that now that ever since Hobbs and Shaw,
yeah,
that's another pair that can't be in the same room together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why they didn't get along so well and we loved it.
Maybe.
But I haven't heard that. I know that, Vin and Dwayne crushed their beef, supposedly, and Vin apologized. And I know Dwayne wasn't planning on coming back, but I guess after...
the Black Adam tanked.
Yeah, after Black Adam tanked, he was like, I think it'd be a real good career move if I went back to the Fast and Furious franchise. Yeah. Like, oh, really? You think that's a good career move?
I need to go get this paycheck because it doesn't look like I'm going back to DC anytime soon.
$1 billion movies versus your fucking... I don't know how much... a Black Adam gross, but it was definitely nowhere near.
Black Adam lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would they tank that fucking franchise?
Man.
Go DC.
Yeah. The Rock's back for it, I guess. I'm really interested in how they use him in the next movie.
These movies always tie in villains.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, I mean, they use the same concept over and over. It's like, I was there from the beginning. But I always love how they put them in these scenes where it's just, oh, he's just off screen. Or like, oh, we just missed him. So we just missed him the whole time.
We're forgetting something kind of important too. This happens in the first of the movie. is when Charlize Theron shows up, right? We get our first electric vehicle
Oh, shit.
in Fast.
Yep.
Yes. Because she arrives in an electric DeLorean.
Yep.
And that's when my mind went, we have time travel, people. She's in a DeLorean.
Oh, no.
We have time travel. This is how all these people are coming back from the dead.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's how Han come back. That's how Giselle comes back. That's how Paul Walker is going to come. Oh, wait. He never died. My bad.
He didn't die. His character never died.
Oh.
God.
But all these dead people are going to come back because we have a fucking time machine.
No, I don't think that's it.
Oh, man. I want it to be.
I just think they wanted a cool EV in there. So they're like, here you go.
I didn't even know DeLorean made an electric vehicle.
It's coming back, baby.
Whew.
I'm going to buy one. When did they hit the market?
It looked pretty sweet.
I know, right? That's fucking dope.
Oh, man.
But am I mistaken? When the trailers came out, I could have sworn that Jason Momoa, that was his brother. Didn't they say, you killed my brother and I'm going to kill you or hunt you down? Like, I swear that he said that was his brother.
I'm not sure.
And then they changed it to him being his son.
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I don't remember it.
I swear. Maybe I'm just
Could have
crazy.
been. I mean, it sounds like something plausible that they would change. I mean, they're just pulling shit out of their ass at this point anyways.
Which I think they brought that actor back for a couple scenes that they added on to this.
So, there's also... this made me laugh really hard when I heard it. Did you hear the interview where Vin Diesel was talking about this movie and he was comparing it to an epic on the scale of Lord of the Rings?
No.
Yes.
Really?
This is Vin Diesel's Lord of the Rings project.
I mean, it's pretty much Lord of the Rings for cars. He's almost right.
Yes. Oh, man. Well, they need to get the God's Eye back, then walk and find a fiery volcano and throw it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that's something else they do. All the random, dumb bullshit, all the MacGuffin pieces they've been going around and capturing from bad guys and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of that in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, all that shit comes back into play.
Well, it's just the God's Eye, really.
I thought it was the God's Eye, and I thought it was something else.
No, there's only just the God's Eye. But the God's Eye, from my understanding, what it does is it homes in on every, cell phone and anything with the camera.
Yeah,
right?
anything with a signal.
Anything with a signal to locate people.
Yes.
But John Cena and
Little
B, which is Vin Diesel's kid, Dom's kid.
Did he name Brian?
Yeah.
After the asshole that doesn't show up for barbecues and is constantly fucking...
He's busy taking care of his kids who matter more, okay?
Yeah.
Little B, they're in just pretty much an underground bunker in Portugal.
Yeah.
This is Portugal, and they're just like, oh yeah, we know exactly where they're at.
Yeah.
And they went by a boat, and they don't have any, maybe...
So,
there's no way they should be able to find them.
This is the set bug out location, right?
Yeah.
They made a plan. If anything ever went bad, they would all meet up here. In a million years, would you ever think that Portugal was a bug out location?
I mean, I don't know. Why not? They speak the same language as Brazil.
Like, I would have thought either like Mexico first somewhere. I would have thought like California. I would have, anywhere like Cuba, Brazil, any of those places. I would have never thought in a million years Portugal.
I don't know.
We've never been doing any street racing in Portugal before.
So it doesn't matter if that's the whole point. It's somewhere they haven't been.
I guess that's fair enough. They've been everywhere. I'm surprised they hadn't fucking ramped the car off the Eiffel Tower yet. There's always the next movie.
We'll get there. So the opening act, Roman's leading the crew. They go to Rome.
Yeah, they've been set up.
Yep, and they've been set up. Momoa has them fake them having a mission to go steal some data chip or something. I don't know if I can know.
Yeah,
and it turns out it's a bomb. It's a big old round bomb.
So when Momoa comes on screen for the first time, right?
Yep.
He does something. It's incredible. So he walks into Charlize Theron's Cypher's like headquarters.
Yeah.
And like all her like paid mercenaries and stuff like that around her. And he literally walks in and just drops two of her guards like, yeah, I killed these guys or whatever. And all y'all work for me, essentially, right? Because he went out and he captured every fucking guard there, all their families, their kids, their parents, and like just standing there when they all start getting their like cell phone images of their captured family, he like stabs the dude beside him to death.
Yep.
It's like,
he didn't.
That's
have
the
anyone.
only guy I got nothing on. The guy doesn't even have a pet.
Yeah. Not even a cat.
Not even a cat.
Do you think he would have taken that cat hostage and sent him a video of the cat being tied up?
Definitely would have took that guy's cat hostage and sent him a video of his cat. Oh, the dude should have had a pet.
This is why you can't get good hired murderers anymore.
Right.
Mercenaries.
It's basically like, kill her or I'm going to kill all your families.
Yeah.
And then turn around, and even after these guys are actively working for him, he's still killing them.
Yeah. Well, he takes the nerds with him, right?
Yes.
And the whole time he's like, I got your families locked up. And then he murders him, and just to show how crazy he is and that he's the Joker, he's sitting there just having a conversation, painting their toes and nails while they're both dead.
Made them mix drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, taped their faces.
Tape their faces where their
smiling.
eyes and smiling's open. It's straight up. They just wanted him to be the Joker.
Yes.
And he's like dancing around and prancing, but it's like, it's not like the Joker does in Dark Knight, where it's like menacing and evil, where he's dancing to explosions and shit. He's just doing it like real awkward and flamboyantly.
He is Captain Jack Joker.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. But not drunk. He doesn't
No.
drink.
No. But
He's one fucking clown face away. I get he's crazy, but I don't know. His character, it just felt really awkward because he's real sane at times, and a lot of the stuff he does, like of course the Joker has that thing where he's a genius, right?
yes.
But he's crazy and he's irrational and erratic.
Yeah. So
But it just feels like all these set pieces he's planned out are just kind of random.
Yeah, they're just kind of random.
They
The
just
first
happened
one,
by accident.
it's a bomb in Rome.
Yep.
And that's how we set up the crew.
The whole thing is, okay, he took control of the vehicle that has the bomb in it and locks
Yes.
them in there, and he's driving it to the Vatican. Well, they wreck. But so he pretty much has them wreck, and he wants the ball to roll downhill to the Vatican.
Yes.
But the whole thing is like, it's just a crapshoot that it happens to roll all the way down this street and then across this bridge to the Vatican. Like, the odds of that even happening are almost zero, and you couldn't fucking plan that out.
No, it's a life-size pinball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would most likely just hit some building and get stuck in it.
Right.
But
so doing this in Rome, he sets off a bomb and he sets them up as terrorists.
Yeah.
Right?
which he's trying to blow up the Vatican.
Right.
And Vin Diesel's sitting there driving around trying to stop it. And of course, his crew's there. And they're just trying to survive. And so I guess he sends out Ebola to them, which we find out later that Thad Castle's character
Is now the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's the director of the agency, which have we heard of the agency? I don't think that's what Mr. Nobody works for.
Yes. That's what he's in charge of.
Yeah, that's what he was in charge of. But now that he's gone missing, this guy took over, which I don't understand. Like, I like the character. I don't understand why or how this character exists.
I don't either.
Because the whole thing was, okay, he turncoats at the end. It turns out he was on Momoa's side the whole time, and he's pretty much his only friend. And
I think it's so that we're supposed to know that the agency is a bad mercenary group.
yeah. And that
And
way,
they've always been a bad mercenary group. It's just we didn't know it until this very moment.
maybe that's supposed to make us feel better when they're murdering these people the entire movie.
Hundreds of these guys.
Because the entire movie, their agency's sending people after all the people that Donald worked with, right?
Right.
And the whole movie, they're just murdering them like
Wholesale.
they're putties.
Stacking
Even
bodies.
though these are just soldiers. They're U.S. fucking soldiers that, I mean, I'm sure it's like some private agency, right?
Yes.
But they're still government employees that are just doing their job, and most of the time trying to do it
They're
without
not.
violently.
Yeah.
They're trying to go in and secure the target, but the target is murdering them, so they're starting to fight back.
Yes. That is exactly it. They are going into these places. They're pulling their punches. They're not taking shots.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take shots until they've been fired on to the point that they've lost multiple guys.
Yep.
And then they finally start shooting back. Dom's team is the aggressors. They are wholesale killing these guys.
Yep.
And then these guys are simply just trying to defend themselves. I feel bad for the agency guys.
I don't even understand why John Cena's character, he infiltrates their group to go and save Dom's kid.
Yes.
But the whole time he's murdering these guys, and surely he probably knows some of these people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he's worked with some of these people. These are his people.
Yeah.
And I don't...
Just like at the very end in The Rock's post-credit, he's working with them as well.
And they set his little crew up or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know. We'll find out next movie. But, yeah. So it's like, I don't understand. Like, you think he would be opposed to murdering these guys, but he's just wholesale killing them.
Right.
Because they're bad putties trying to attack the good guys.
Yeah, man.
And it's so weird that they treat these people like villains when the rest of the movie, they're trying so hard to save every single civilian. Like that fucking Rome scene, where they save every person's life somehow.
Yes.
With this big fucking ball rolling down this busy street, and he's ping-ponging around like it's fucking Rocket League. And somehow he knocks into the water, and it explodes on the top of the water. It doesn't go very deep.
Right.
And it levels multiple blocks, and not a single person dies somehow, according to the news story.
Yeah.
Maybe that's propaganda. Maybe fucking 100,000 people died.
Insane. Thousands of people died in Rome.
Yeah.
Had to have.
Yeah, I'm sure
Had to have.
there's a bunch of people that just got splatted by vehicles on the way down.
That close to the Vatican? Yeah.
All those cops died for sure.
I almost stopped myself because I was about to say it would be like using a tactical nuke.
Yep.
No, it was using a tactical nuke right next to the Vatican.
Yep.
There will be so many thousand people dead.
And on top of that, there would probably be war.
Yeah.
Like the Vatican is its own entity. It's its own country. And that's like an attack on them. They're going to blame somebody. Someone's getting fucking blamed because they know that Dom has worked. Like these other intelligence agencies probably know that Dom's worked with the U.S. intelligence agency.
Yeah.
And they're going to target him. They were like, oh, this is an inside job.
Because once you've saved the world this many times, you were on the radar.
Other countries know who the fuck you are.
Yes.
Once you've blown up half of their country multiple times. Like, oh, remember that time they ran through London and fucking killed a bunch of people and
remember that
blew
time?
up shit?
Remember that time we were in Dubai just ramping back and forth through the fucking Burj Khalifa and stuff? Yeah.
Oh, remember that time we were in Brazil dragging a vault? Yeah, we know those fucking guys. And okay, yeah, maybe they were bad guys and they've done bad shit, so now they are bad. Like they randomly turned bad instead of saving the world heroes, like the agency says. But we just figured that's a big setup at the end, right?
Yeah.
Even then, these other countries would label them as fucking villains.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
And also an association to America.
This would be they're definitely associated with America because this would be literally. It would be a NATO ally directly attacked by another NATO ally, right? That would put the rest of NATO in a position of which side do they side with.
If they truly thought they did that. I don't understand. Yeah, he put out, sent the information. No, these guys are terrorists. How do they not see him? Because he's just running around and driving around the whole time doing the same shit. And the cops see him. Then let him drive away. When they come up on Dom, and this whole scene is silly.
The Italian police go out of their way to completely capture all of Dom's crew.
Yep.
But literally, the guy that they're chasing, and it's not like he's way up there.
Yep.
He's literally right there with them.
Yep.
While they're chasing him down, they just let him get away.
He just rides past them as he's fucking chasing them. And
he even turns and smiles and laughs and stuff.
And they're just like, well, that's not the guy we're looking for. There's no way they're this stupid. And then, so Dom gets arrested. They didn't even fucking handcuff. They're just like, no, get in the back. Right, we got you. All right, let's go, buddy. Don't handcuff him. Nothing.
Maybe Jack Reacher just wanted to kill him.
I mean, probably.
Maybe he was just looking for an excuse to kill him.
But that doesn't make sense.
He tried to break out in the truck.
The whole thing was, so he's still undercover at this point. I guess they wanted his Reacher's character to, I can't remember the guy's name, honestly, his character's name.
Yeah.
But Thad. I'm just going to call him Thad. Because I love Thad Gaslit.
Okay.
So they wanted him to get close to Dom and have his trust.
Yes.
I guess. Because he wanted, the whole point was he wants to tear him down. He doesn't want to just kill Dom. They want to destroy everything he loves and tear it down and make him feel as shitty as he did when he killed his dad, I guess.
Right.
Which, it didn't really seem like he was that close to his dad. He said his dad was a bad guy and I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't close enough that his dad involved him in any of his shenanigans, at least, because he wasn't even in the movie.
Right.
Even though if it was in the background, it wasn't like, hey, go, you're my best man, go take care of him. No. He let all the henchmen do everything because he probably didn't trust his crazy ass son.
Exactly. Exactly. This guy was never close to the reins of power.
No.
Never.
Because he was insane. And his dad knew that.
They literally said in the movie he was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his dad had to bail him out of shit all the time.
So after Rome, God, what did we do after Rome? Jesus.
We get a bunch of random BS. That was where the kid gets captured, which I want to talk about the kid.
Oh, yeah.
This kid. So this is the Brazilian chick's kid.
Yes.
What's her name? Elena's kid.
Yes.
Elena's the mother.
Yes.
Which we never see them get together, even though she was like, oh, I like God too. So
yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
And Dom's kid. So apparently they hooked up before she went and started working for Hobbs, which I thought the whole point was she was going to hook up with Hobbs, but then no, fucking Vin Diesel had to steal that thunder.
Yeah, if I was Vin Diesel, I would get a paternity test on this one.
So all I'm saying is Vin Diesel, his character might be, I think, Italian and maybe have some Latino background.
Yeah.
But Toretto is Italian.
Yes.
And I think his dad was Italian, right?
Toretto is Italian.
Yep.
And he hangs around with Cubanos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I
don't know what nationality Dom is. Vin Diesel's pretty white.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Mark Sinclair.
Yeah.
Is pretty white.
We don't know who his father, his biological father is.
Yes.
But yeah, he's pretty white. His mother is very white. So turn around. So whatever nationality is, let's say he's half Latino, half Italian. Turn around. Elena's Brazilian.
Yes.
This kid's at best like half white, half black.
Little B is 100% not white.
Yeah.
I don't know what nationality he is either.
I mean, he might be like a really dark complected Brazilian, or Latino.
Yeah.
But both of his parents are very light skinned, if Latinos, if that's what their character is.
I don't think it's Dom's
Brazilian.
Kid.
Yeah. All I'm saying is Dwayne Johnson, half black.
Yes.
This kid
could be Dwayne Johnson's kid.
This might not. It might be Dwayne's kid all along.
It could be.
Maybe that's why they're bringing Dwayne back in. That way he can find out that it's Dwayne's kid.
It's really his kid?
Yep. And then, I don't know. You know what? You know how they're going to redeem Charlize Theron's character?
What?
They're going to bring back Elena.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though we watched her brains get splattered.
Did we?
Yeah. She shot her in the head.
You know how many people we've watched die in this movie?
Han. We didn't actually see Giselle die.
Giselle fell off of a plane going 80 miles an hour down a
50 mile
runway. So if she didn't die, she probably starved to death crawling back to wherever the fuck she... honestly, Elaine's death was the most believable that someone came back from. But on top of that, Statham's character, or his brother, they killed the hell out of him. And somehow he's still alive, even though they never actually brought him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of characters they've brought back from the dead, as long as you're a good guy. Cypher. Did Cypher die in...
No. Cypher didn't die.
In 8, she didn't die.
No, they didn't actually kill her. They defeated her, but they didn't actually kill her.
Even though John Cena's supposed to be dead, we watch him explode. The crew, the Rome crew is supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't know why these fucking people are still in this movie.
The entire Rome crew could easily die, and I would not care.
No. This whole movie, every scene with them was just out of place and them bickering and fighting over nothing. And just, they did not need to be in it.
So I like Tyrese, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, the hacker girl,
yep,
she's got nothing to do.
No.
At all. So, with the hacker girl here, Ludacris's character, Tej, has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right? And vice versa. Mm-hmm. Because they're supposed to both be the tech person. So, literally, what needs to happen is the same thing that's happening with Mia over here. Is that one of them needs to be sat down as the background character.
Yeah.
right? So Mia has been sat down as the background character to a Paul Walker that's not even fucking alive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And one of that needs to happen to one of these characters.
Yeah.
And they need to filter one out.
They're the same character, and there's this. The only thing they have going for them is like, oh, there's like a love. Oh, who's going to get with her relationship? But I think she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
So even in the 5th movie, they had the 2 Brazilian guys to do that for them.
Yeah.
They could just bring them back and not have them at all. I thought their characters more interesting.
They got to shave characters. They could have killed a lot of people in this movie, and it would have been just fine.
Oh, yeah, Vince died. I guess I never brought Vince back yet.
That's fair enough. Yep. We haven't got Johnny Tran back yet.
I think Johnny Tran's behind all this.
I do too. After watching this, I thoroughly believe that Johnny Tran is the person who founded the agency.
I would not doubt it.
I fully believe it.
So, talking about the agency, Thad's character, somehow, at the end, we find out that he was working. He was actually, when they stole the vault in Brazil and took down Reyes.
Yes.
He was forming an allegiance with Reyes for something. I don't know. Probably drug. I don't know. Something to do with drugs.
Yes.
Or money. I'm guessing drugs, right?
Right.
And I don't know. He was in a business suit. He just looks like a businessman.
Yes.
I don't know if he's a part of the agency at this point. But either way, fast forward 10 years later, he's now somehow taken over as the head of the agency. And he still has an allegiance with them, even though they lost. It says everything. He's lost everything, and it shows him like losing all. Like they lost all their money because it got stolen, and I think all the property they owned got divvied up and just taken away from him. So he literally, I think all he has left is just the fucking the police station.
I think that they used what resources they had left to basically either pretty much buy out or bribe all the rest of the shadow figures. Or most all the rest of the shadow figures. Because I think Shaw's mom is one of the agency shadow figures.
Really?
Right? Because whenever they do the round vote of like...
There was a couple of people that said no.
Yeah. I think Shaw's mom is
that makes sense.
But I think they either bought him out or threatened him or blackmailed him somehow or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think...
There was a few people that said no, actually.
Yeah. There was like 2 or 3.
I think it was 3, yeah.
But I think he killed Mr. Nobody. And that happened off screen. And he was high up enough that he assumed power because he's got everybody blackmailed.
You really think Kurt Russell's character is dead?
I think he's dead. I don't think we're getting Kurt Russell back.
I don't know. Is he sick? Why wouldn't they bring Kurt Russell back?
I don't know.
He has to, I figured he's on the submarine. I expected, which the whole fucking Antarctica was
the
dumb.
submarine that popped up at Antarctica, by the way.
Yep. So,
fun fact about Antarctica, it's a landmass.
No, it's all ice. All ice.
And this submarine popped up in the middle of it.
Maybe that's the ice area.
Maybe the submarine's a land shark.
Yeah. we all know Antarctica's melting away. It's just a big ice cap, okay? So, okay, the whole... Yeah, no one didn't do someone didn't look at that very well.
Should have been the Arctic Circle.
Letty's whole story arc, she gets arrested.
Yeah.
They send her down to this black ops site from the agency has, which apparently is in Antarctica.
Yes.
And it's just in a hole in the ground out there. They have this super high-tech lab, and Brie Larson finds her and goes down there and stabs Letty's character. That way they send her to
the infirmary.
The infirmary, which is just a table out in a lab with lasers. And they have a bunch. It looks like where Captain America got made. This is like a superhuman experimental lab.
This is what do they call the fucking prison in Marvel? Is it out in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
I can't think of the name of it, but
yeah,
this is it's the big floaty prison that they keep all their arrested superheroes in.
But it's Antarctica.
That is what this place is.
Yeah. But
yes,
none of you know what I say. None of these people have superhero powers, but
these are all fucking superheroes.
They all are superheroes. I'm really interested to see who else they have in there.
Oh my god, they probably have everybody.
Yeah, everyone that's ever been in the movie that we now think's dead.
Yes, it's fucking random like Cubanos and Haitians and shit like that.
Johnny Tran.
All we do is race cars. Why are we here?
Send him to Antarctica.
Sorry, if you're a professional street racer, you're a super spy.
Yeah.
You got to go in the hole, buddy.
We've seen what happens when we let them loose.
Gitmo's not good enough for you.
So, on top of that, they send her to the infirmary where there is specifically 2 tables set up, and we have Cypher's character,
Yes.
who's also getting repaired on and worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she's been sitting there without being able to see this console at all, which I don't understand why these beds have consoles that interact. She somehow hacked the entire program.
Yes.
And she gasses. She turns the gas vents on to the soldier or the scientist and unlocks them.
There is no reason ever for these fucking hospital gurney bed table things to have touchscreen computers that are interfaced with the entire building.
And on top of that, it's touchscreen. She couldn't feel what the fucking buttons she's pressing.
No.
They would see her sitting there pressing buttons trying to figure it out.
It's not like this shit is in Braille.
No.
She can't. Yeah, she can't see it.
It doesn't say on or off when you hit the fucking button. Like, why can't she reach this? It's so fucking stupid. And she's like, I programmed it and I gassed him and we have 4 minutes to get out of here. So Letty's like, well, I get to beat the shit out of your character. It doesn't make sense. At this point, I think Letty should be thanking her that she killed Elena's character, because if she hadn't, Elena probably would have hooked back up with Dom and Letty would have been like, peace.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I first fuck would have.
Oh, my. Yes.
Yeah. And I would have hooked up with Elena and then be like, hey, bring your sister in.
Familia.
We're talking about family. Keep her in the family. Because her sister's real cute, too.
Oh, my goodness.
A lot. I mean, I think
I
think Michelle Rodriguez is an attractive woman, especially for her age. But she has like
Elena and her sister are in a different league.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
While as Michelle Rodriguez is attractive and more like she has more of a tomboy, like I'm gonna kick your ass vibe.
Yes.
But these other women, they're tough, but they're beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she should be thanking her.
Yeah.
But so they get in a little fight. They have to have the girl fight, and then she scales up and realizes she's in Antarctica and goes back down. And then they get their snow gear and I guess scale back up. And somehow all these people haven't been woken up and none of the guards have showed up yet.
Took way longer than 4 minutes.
Yes.
Holy
that was
shit.
like 4 hours at least.
Yes.
And they get to the top. A submarine pops up in the middle of Antarctica or whatever. Fuck, I don't know.
Middle of Antarctica.
Yep. It's Gal Gadot's character, which I thought it was going to be Mia or Mr. Nobody or something, but it's Giselle. Why the fuck not bring her back?
Yeah. Sure.
The only thing that makes sense is that she was working with Mr. Nobody just like Han was, but they never told Han because, he would have been hard up. He's going to be so heartbroken. I think Han would want to murder her. If the person you love faked your death and didn't tell you, and then you faked your death and she still didn't tell you.
Yes.
And you're working for the same guy.
Yeah.
I'd be a little upset.
Little bit. Yet another DC character whose movie flopped.
Whoa,
had to come
whoa.
back to Fast and Furious.
Yeah. All the DC heroes all eventually end up in Fast and Furious. It's a better MCU.
Oh my god!
It's a better universe. Okay, the Fast universe.
It's a better DCU.
Yep. Like all we have left is we need to get fucking Superman over here.
Oh my god, they need Henry Cavill.
Yeah, if we could bring Henry Cavill as a bad guy, we already proven he's an amazing bad guy from the last.
Because Brie Larson is all messed up.
Yep.
And Jack Reacher is a bad guy now. Then Henry Cavill can step in as the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep. We've already seen he plays from a great bad guy from
Mission
Impossible movie. Yeah, that was great, and he also played Turncoat really well.
Yep.
Double agent.
So much, dude. This movie was a lot.
It was, and the fact that I can still remember this much. It's
like
quite
I said,
interesting.
It's almost a movie.
Yeah.
They tried real hard to make a movie here.
Mm-hmm.
They tried real hard to develop characters. Honestly, they developed out Jason Momoa more than they've developed out any fucking character.
Any villain.
Yeah. None of the rest of these bad guys I could actually call characters. They were just, I'm evil for the sake of being evil. At least Jason Momoa is fucking insane. I get that. But they are on the verge of telling an actual story here, and it's frightening. I'm scared.
Well, you never know. We might that last movie or two.
If Fast and Furious tells an actual story, I mean, it could be the end of the world as we know it.
Maybe the finale will all join everything, all these pieces together, all of his vision he's had this whole time, and just blow your mind.
So whenever we talked about Fast and Furious before, we talked about the first one and what we wanted to see in this movie. And man, we missed our predictions.
Yep.
We missed our predictions. We predicted Johnny Tran was going to come back and be the villain in this. And I'm still holding on hope that Johnny Tran is the guy who founded the agency.
I can't remember if I talked about the theory.
I've not heard this. Continue. No, go ahead.
Okay. So we know that Jason Statham's character,
yes,
from the Hobbs and Shaw movie,
yes,
when they're in the garage looking at his vehicles, he walks by a Mini Cooper. And one of them points out, it's like, oh, a Mini, really? And he's like, yeah, I used that some job over in Italy. And what he is referencing is the Italian job.
Okay.
So, yeah, we know that Jason Statham character, he plays Handsome Rob. And that's the same character from the Italian Job movie.
Yes.
You know who's also in that movie? Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
So that right there connects that Charlize Theron character is the same character from
the Italian
the Italian Job, right?
Really?
And if that means it's like they brought her in as a safecracker.
Oh my!
And she was the love interest to Mark Wahlberg's character. So they could bring in Mark Wahlberg as the final villain, and even like the whole eco-terrorist shit they had in Hobbs and Shaw, he could be the leader of that organization. He plays a mastermind, and in that Edward Norton's a bad guy. But so that means both of their characters are technically also from that movie, that universe, and so they could bring Mark Wahlberg character in to be this eco-terrorist / villain. His character could also be the good redeeming guy at the end too.
The Italian Job is a Fast and Furious movie.
It is.
Oh,
wow. It ties into the universe, the Fast U.
So, my other prediction for this movie was that we were going to get a trailer load of TV DVD combos.
Not quite.
Not quite. And it's such a missed opportunity. I mentioned this to you before. Is that there's a scene in this movie where Roman's crew is trying to escape Italy, and they escape Italy in a cargo container.
Yeah, they smuggle into London in the cargo container. Yeah.
And the cargo container is full of cologne.
Yep.
And I was like, why is this cargo container not full of TV VHS combos?
Yeah. That they just can't afford that shit anymore. That's way too out of the budget, okay?
Oh, come on, Panasonic.
I'm pretty sure they couldn't fill a cargo container with that anymore.
Oh, I so wanted it. I wanted it so bad. Fuck, dude.
No, all their jokes didn't land either.
No, their jokes are really bad.
All of their jokes. I don't know who's writing their. Maybe they just let them do it themselves.
Let's see. I think the guy's name that writes this is Vin Diesel.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe they should hire like Dave Chappelle to punch up his fucking jokes or something. Because all the fucking Roman Cruise comic relief jokes just fall flat.
Oh yeah, they're so bad. They're so cringe.
The only good thing they did was get in a fight.
Roman's crew is literally just. It's filler.
Yeah.
Their entire thing is just filler. After the bomb goes off, they have nothing to do.
No.
So
besides exist and then die.
Which it's a hard needle to thread. When you make a movie like this with so many characters, so many big name actors, it's how do you give them all something to do, right?
Yeah.
It's something that very few movies do right. So I hate to be like Vin Diesel and compare it to Lord of the Rings, but it's literally got to be on that level. The writing has to be that level of good to give every one of your named characters something to do, and it needs to be something that actually affects the plot that matters. Yeah. On that, this missed the mark. Yeah. There are very few characters that had something to do that actually mattered to the plot.
No, most of their character was just about, oh, I have to survive the situation. And that's all it is, oh, Momoa sent a hit team after me, blah, blah.
I feel like
survive it.
Yeah, I feel like when John Cena showed up, his character moved the plot along. I feel like Dom moved the plot along.
Yep.
But other than that, not really. Letty definitely didn't move the plot along.
You know what? He should take a page out of George R. R. Martin's book and kill some of these fucking characters off.
Yes.
Make it meaningful. So Dom goes to Brazil to confront Momoa's character. And they have a street race with 2 other racers in it. And he does the Joker thing where it's like, you have to choose which one you're going to save. You know, you're always playing the hero. You're saving somebody, but now you're going to have to choose, right?
Yeah.
And you
got to choose one of your oldest friends or hot girl.
Exactly. Well, and what it is, it's not even one of his oldest friends. It's some guy that we met once that I barely recognized. I think he was in Fast 5. I couldn't even promise you that. He interacted with him like once.
But he's 100% got Dom's back.
Exactly.
Yes.
So he's like, oh, he's family.
Yeah.
And then this girl who's in this race scene now, who's hot, that we don't know who she is, even though Dom's instantly like, oh, I mean, I was fucking this chick's sister, so I mean, I know who it is. I can smell that vagina anyways. And he obviously wants to shack up with her now.
Yeah.
He doesn't know this chick.
No.
Like, it's 2 people that we don't know or care about. If they had put real characters in there, like put his sister and anyone out of the Dom crew or the Rome crew in there with him, and then let him choose his sister over one of them.
If he had to choose between like Roman or Tyrese, Roman or Mia or something,
and it'd be meaningful.
Yeah.
And that would really upset him, except for like one scene of like staring angrily, like, oh, you killed that guy I fucking talked to. You know, like, oh, okay. And then he instantly didn't care about it. If they made it meaningful, you know, they can't ever make any character, there's no way they're going to make Momoa a likable, sane, good character in.
No.
They're not turning his psychopath around.
No.
Let him kill some fucking people.
Yeah. 100% let him kill people. Because he doesn't care about these other people anyways. All he wants to do is torture Dom.
Yeah, and exactly. So he should be killing them.
He 100% should be killing these people. Without question. But he's not. He's not. But you're right. If
that could have been a more meaningful scene.
Right.
Yeah.
100% yes. If he would have killed Tyrese, or if he would have killed Ludacris there,
or even Han.
Well, we already established that Dom doesn't care about Han.
Well, obviously.
Because Dom's like, hey, man, why aren't you drinking with us? I know your girlfriend died, but we don't give a fuck about her.
Yeah.
What's the matter with him?
I'm going to Japan. Because they already made that movie.
Oh, man.
And I'm Japanese. But they obviously don't care about Han.
No.
And because they even, after he died, they broke bread with the guy that murdered him, supposedly, right?
Yes.
They were like, he's not that bad.
Yeah, he only murdered our best friend, but
we murdered his brother, kind of, not really.
Yeah.
So. But, you know, we didn't, Han didn't really die either, so it's all, you know, let's hug it out.
Assuming that we actually did kill John Cena's character.
Yeah.
He still didn't die in a meaningful way.
No.
They tried to punch him up as dying in a meaningful way, but essentially he threw his life away when he didn't need to.
Yeah.
Right?
But it looked cool.
It didn't even really look cool.
Yeah. John Cena's character rocket jumps with his rocket propelled.
He literally said, I'm going to suicide and clear the way for you, Dom. And then he commences to cause like a 15-car pileup in front of Dom and block the road.
He rocket jumps his El Camino in front of him. Because that's what he built. In his underground bunker, his Batmobile is a El Camino with a rocket launcher canisters on the side.
Yes.
And they're driving around with an army of bad putty villains following them. Yes. While the kid is shooting rockets, murdering people. And John Cena's like, I'm a good uncle, and high-fiving him.
Yes.
This kid's 9 or 10, murdering people. And a couple of scenes before this, he was hiding in a fucking bathroom because people were coming to get him.
Yeah.
Which is a normal reaction. And now he's like, well, let's fucking kill some people. You're right. Yay, uncle.
Let's drop some bodies. Gotta do what you gotta do.
You've been cursed when we kill people. It's okay.
Oh, man. But you're right. 100%. They got to start killing characters. They got to kill characters in a meaningful way, and it's got to be in a meaningful way that makes us hate Momoa even more.
Yeah.
Because I'm walking away from this not hating Momoa.
No. He might have been crazy and killed some people I didn't care about, but you know what? Let's hang out with a Joker. He looks like a fun guy.
At this point, Momoa needs to kill one of their dogs.
Oh, God.
That would... we need to hate him on that level.
They could kill his abuelita, who they bring into this movie, who we've never seen or heard of before. I love when they bring family members that should have been integral parts of their life
that we've never seen
or they've never mentioned.
Yeah.
Dom could have 100 brothers and sisters that we don't know about, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we just had a big family, and just bring them all in one movie at a time.
Oh, man.
And they never mentioned the mother.
No.
Like, we understand his dad died in a car race. I don't think they've mentioned his mother once the entire movie. I think they're test tube babies or they're just fucking Autobots.
I told you that Dom was born from the tailpipe of a Dodge Challenger.
So Dom's dad had sex with an Autobot, and he's half Autobot. And that's the big reveal at the end of the movie.
Oh,
Dom's going to turn into a fucking car and drive off into the sunset.
He's going to turn into a Charger.
Yes.
Drive off.
He was a Charger all along. That's why he keeps building it. That one he had in the garage was actually just him.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
And he's just a 3D hologram being programmed and walked around by that Charger.
I would fucking believe it. He only exists in the cab of that, in the driver's seat of that car.
Yep.
If he's not in that car, he's standing beside it. He is just a projection of that car.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He is a fucking Autobot. I mean, yes.
You're sold? You're sold? Okay.
I'm 100% sold.
All right. That's the ending. Optimus Prime shows up and be like, you did good saving the planet.
Come, Dom, we must find the Allspark.
We have to save
Cybertron
now.
for familia.
Familia. And then they fucking rocket off towards Cybertron. And then Michael Bay makes a new fucking Transformer movie.
Fucking Ludacris and Tyrese load up in their Pontiac Fiero with rockets on it.
Yeah.
And they all go to Cybertron.
End of...
At this point, I would believe it.
The universe, yep.
I would believe it. Fuck, dude.
You know who's also in the Transformers movies?
Who?
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh.
It all ties together.
Oh, man. We can get Sam Witwicky back.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Sam Witwicky made the agency.
Oh, that makes sense. Fuck that kid.
They've been... They were Autobots, but now they've been invaded by Decepticons.
You know who's also in there? Fucking John Wick. Or John Cena. John Cena's character. Why do we trust them?
They're called Decepticons.
They're literally called Decepticons.
They have deception in their name. Oh, man. This is so good.
Maybe B is Bumblebee.
Oh. There's no Camaros in this, though.
Yeah. Because, that didn't sponsor it. Only Coronas and...
Cypher's DeLorean is definitely a Decepticon.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah, we got little B. Little Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Brian.
Yep.
I named my child after a man who does not show up for any of the family reunions.
Yep. And is obviously...
Very alive.
Black. He's very obviously very African American. Or extremely dark complected Latino. But you know what? Maybe that complexion skips a few genes.
Yeah. Every other generation.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
All right. I mean, we could sit and talk about this forever.
Dude, so. I could. This is an easy watch.
Oh yeah. It was thoroughly enjoyable.
I mean, it's like 2 hours and something, but it does not feel it.
No, it went by pretty quick. It was entertaining. Action's great. Everything looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, even the cast is great. Even with some of the poor acting, and then the robots like Brie Larson. But
yeah,
maybe she's a Decepticon.
Yeah.
Maybe that explains why she acts like a Terminator in this movie.
Oh my god, 100%.
Yeah. Give it a watch. It was great.
Indeed. You can do a lot worse with your money.
For sure. Help them make that $1 billion. That way they can get 2 more movies out of this franchise.
Yes, this franchise is never stopping.
Let's start a petition to get Mark in here.
By the time they get to the 3rd movie, Little B is going to be like 30 years old, and he's going to start his own fast crew.
Maybe Moa kills Dom, and Little B has to avenge him.
Oh my God! You know what this is going to be? This is the Avengers transforming into the Young Avengers.
Yep. We get the Young Avengers. They bring back Brian's kid. And then we have little Brian.
You're going to have Brian's kids. Han and Giselle are going to have kids.
Yep. And then
Ludacris and Hacker Chick are going to have kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be the Young Avengers.
Hobbs and Shaw will have a kid. Shaw has a kid. Hobbs has a kid already, right?
Yeah, Hobbs has a kid already. His name is Little B.
And obviously, Elena's little sister is, only like 20, so she's probably still young enough to join it.
Yeah.
She could be the leader.
Yeah. By the time the Young Avengers form up, she will be leading them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She'll be the eldest member.
Oh, Cap there.
Yeah. She'll be Captain Brazil.
Captain Brazil.
Bringing the team together. Familia. Wait. They speak Portuguese. My bad.
Yeah.
Whatever the equivalent is in Portuguese.
Family. Yeah. That's about it. So
yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks for listening to those people.
Yeah, definitely go out and see it, and make sure you hit all the likes, subscribes, comments, all the stuffs, all the things.
Click the buttons.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
See you later, guys.
Bye.